Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. We've seen some interesting updates go out in Warzone over the past day or so. One in specific that, unfortunately, for whatever reason, just nerfs fun and makes the game slightly more inconvenient for players with no real explanation. We also have some other reveals for some upcoming changes and updates that were a bit more subtle. They didn't really talk about them all that much, some of which are honestly pretty great news as well. But diving into this first and foremost, we have this post from COD Updates that ended up dropping shortly after we saw yesterday's update go out. Of course, yesterday, the Terminator update ended up going out with the new event. There, we had some slight changes in game and whatnot. And about an hour and a half or so after that update dropped, COD Updates posted this, saying in Warzone, skulls for the Terminator event have been removed from Bootcamp. Why? Because there were, I guess, too many skulls popping up here. With the way that they broke down this entire event and they explained the entire event, hey, you're going to drop in and getting eliminations is going to get you skulls. You collect a certain number of skulls, you can go through, you can redeem your rewards, right? If you use explosive damage or fire damage, that'll give you bonus skulls. They're basically like doing this as if it's kill confirmed, for instance, right? You get a kill, it drops a skull, you pick it up, you get credit for that. Instead, though, as I'm sure you've probably, seen as you've jumped into multiplayer or zombies or Warzone, skulls are very inconsistent. There were zombies rounds where I'd get 8 skulls. There were zombies rounds where I'd get 2 skulls. And it seemed like if I was restarting my game, saving and quitting and rebooting my file over and over again, that was the way I could get, 10, 15 skulls in a matter of minutes, restart, do that. But if I were to stay in the game, they'd be infrequent and super inconsistent. In multiplayer, there were a couple of games where I tested where I got 25 kills and 4 skulls, and then I got 11 kills and I got 3 skulls, and it's just like super inconsistent, super infrequent. Some chests in Warzone would drop them, some wouldn't. For whatever reason, they just don't want it to be a consistent thing because retention, obviously. They want to keep you on the game as long as they possibly can. So you need like 300 plus skulls to complete the entire event if you care about getting every single reward, then the max blueprint for it. And with this, for whatever reason, Bootcamp made it be a little bit easier, and they said, nope, can't have that. They nerf the fun. They make it rather inconvenient. If you're trying to speedrun this, you have to change your setup to the fire damage or the explosive damage or whatever, but it's still not a guaranteed drop. So for those with limited time, while yes, this is a 2-week long event, they just made it so that if you're a bit more casual, maybe you wanted to lean towards Bootcamp to play that because you are a free-to-play player, it's now, more tedious to go through and complete this event. So I'm not quite sure why they're nerfing fun, but this is not the first time they've done that. Mostly it's been in zombies up until this point, but this definitely is a, a negative update, an L update for those who are free-to-play players in Warzone trying to actively complete this event, maybe in a more casual setting. Now, as I mentioned, Call of Duty has also revealed some updates a bit more subtly as of late. They haven't been posting as much about these for whatever reason. I always think the communication is good. But as we do dive into the details here with some of their secret reveals, or however you want to refer to it as, if you enjoy the video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. It truly does help the channel grow. So much love to everyone who takes the time to do so. And if you're new to the channel, or maybe you have not subscribed yet, every single day, this is your one-stop shop for all things going on in COD, whether it's news, updates, patch notes, meta breakdowns. It's all right here, so feel free to hit that subscribe button and help us get one step closer to surpassing 1 million subscribers. But if you were to go through on the Call of Duty Updates Twitter account and see all the posts they've talked about, dating back to February 3rd, for instance, the last time we saw patch notes drop, that's about all they were posting those few days, right? We got the patch notes, they updated them, they amended them with some bonus features, and that was about it. They're looking into the crossplay stuff, which they've since updated. They addressed the blue screen issue just the other day, which we covered in a video, but there were some certain things missing that are actually now showing up on the Trello board. So the Warzone Trello actually has a couple of interesting updates and changes here. For one, a new change that was just now pushed live as of this morning, conveniently enough, when I went to refresh the Trello to see if there was any shenanigans going on. Maybe they were hinting at potentially updates coming today. I typically always try and check that just in case. They did actually now fully claim that they've fixed the clan tag issue where your clan tag can become corrupted and you can't edit it. So it'll change it randomly in game. Then if you're trying to delete it or change it, it just won't let you. It keeps giving you an invalid prompt every time you try and switch it. That's now been fully moved over to this resolved issues tab. There was no post about it. They've mentioned this in patch notes and it just absolutely was not fixed. So they did go through, they updated that. That's now fully resolved. So if you've been having that issue, definitely go and check that out. Let me know in the comments below if it is fixed for you, because I've seen various reports saying different things there over the past few days. But also, we look at the general issues tab here. We have some things from like the 29th, the 30th, a few things that we've already covered in previous videos. Another thing that's been updated though that was not mentioned officially on COD's Twitter page or anything, that's a significant issue going on on right now is that they are investigating an issue that sometimes causes loadouts and other player data to be reset after a match. This is a big one because loadouts, you're trying to go through, you're trying to customize your stuff, these keep getting reset. And I've seen this as a big complaint in the comments on the past few videos saying, you know, Zach, what's going on? Why do my loadouts keep resetting back to default? Why can I not select my correct loadout in game? It's just a default one. Essentially right now, when you're playing, it seems kind of like random sort of happenstance. Your loadouts will just reset back to a default one. So if you have your custom AK and your custom SMG or whatever, then you load into a game, you play it out, you just quick play again, you go to grab that same loadout the next match, it might be just a default XM4 with like basic attachments and like weird perks and everything. Super annoying one going on here. Then your player data as well, where it just resets some of that, and there's visual bugs going on with your rank and your stats, and the combat record now is all sorts of screwed up. So player data and loadouts right now seem to be very busted, and as mentioned, this wasn't really posted about on their official Twitter. It was just updated sort of secretly here on the Trello, but as mentioned, I'm trying to keep an eye out for this stuff, right? They also do mention that they are investigating Mountaineer still. I keep seeing questions about this. Is Mountaineer updated yet? Is this fixed? I keep dying to fall damage, and I go, I know personally I've never died to fall damage. It's never even been a concern of mine, but I understand that it might affect other players a lot, like if they jump out of helicopters or off of the sides of buildings because they think they're trying to be super athletic. It can happen from time to time, right? Again, never to me though. I haven't experienced that. Can't speak personally, but it's a big issue. Players really want Mountaineer. I really want Mountaineer. That's still being looked into there as well. They also updated this card with the disabled features currently, where for the past little while now, the Reclaimer 18's been disabled, the Core 45's been disabled, the Spear's been disabled. They did add on to this now with, you know, our recent video that we covered, the Wood skin was fully disabled, and that's because its head was actually disappearing. So you would be looking at someone rocking that Numbers Wood skin, and then they just wouldn't have a head. So if you're going for headshots, makes that a little bit more difficult, right? Then also the LTV and the dirt bike, they mentioned those in some patch notes previously, but this card is now actively being updated with things that are incredibly broken in game that they have yet to balance. And then in addition to that, some slightly better news in terms of subtle reveals. They actually did go through and update the new rewards for Major 2 and the qualifiers with the CDL. So if you are actively watching the CDL on the Call of Duty League YouTube channel, as we know for Major 1, there were just some specific rewards for watching on those days. They have gone through and updated the new rewards for the qualifiers section and then also the tournament as well. Now the tournament in and of itself, this isn't taking place towards the end of March almost with the individual daily rewards for that. I will say there's a cool blueprint on Championship Sunday, but that's still a ways away. What's actually kicking off next week though with the qualifiers is a way to basically just stockpile double XP and double weapon XP from the 14th of February all the way through the 16th of March. For watching for these hourly increments, you can end up getting free tokens. So if you have your Activision account linked to your YouTube account and you just have these streams up starting next week, for an hour, you'll get some double XP, 2 hours double weapon XP. Then basically that just alternates every single hour all the way up through 14 hours of watch time. So you can end up getting 7 double XP tokens and 7 double weapon XP tokens just simply for having those streams up over the course of the next month. Again, kicking off next week. So super easy way to just stockpile these. You never know how carry forward may work going into COD 2025. If it's supposed to be a direct sequel to this game, there might be carry forward and you can save those double XP tokens for launch of next year or whenever they do end up dropping new weapons, since of course we've got the FAL dropping next week and new stuff on the horizon with Season 2 Reloaded. So free double XP tokens that you can just earn by watching some Call of Duty. I know the sentiment that I see in the comments a lot is, man, I don't really know if I'm loving playing the game right now. I actually enjoy watching you or watching other people play the game a little bit more or watching you talk about it, right? So nice way to get some bonus in-game content. Even if you're not actively playing the game, you can save these up and use them whenever. But that being said, you know, lots of variance in the type of news today. We had some bad news, nerfing fun, some good news, and some updates coming, and then also some free rewards here. That said, that's gonna wrap things up for this one. If you enjoyed the video, a like is always seriously appreciated. And if you are new to the channel, you want to guarantee that every single day you're in the know for all things going on in COD, feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.